Welcome to the Advisor to Men podcast.
This is an audio essay from Advisor to Men. Today I want to examine how patriarchy has been weaponized to displace male responsibility and protect bureaucracy. We'll call this When Nature Gets Renamed. A word that has been lying to you. Brothers, I'm going to suggest something in this, but first I want to give you a little peace of mind. It's about the word patriarchy and how it's badly misused. I know used as a sledgehammer so often it might trigger healthy cringe. Here's the trick I suggest. Every time you encounter the word patriarchy in your head, quietly remind yourself that its true meaning is nature. Human nature, in fact. That's right. Swap that word out and reframe patriarchy for nature. Don't wait for others to do it. It's up to you. Let me explain why. Patriarchy itself can't be bad. One reason is that there has never been a large-scale, enduring matriarchal society ever. Not a one. That you are here is because of patriarchy. That she is there is for the same reason. Here's another little secret. The word patriarchy, as it's regularly used, is an expression of feminine negative emotion, meaning fear, vigilance, and grievance signaling. If you take it personally and buy into it fully, you are headed towards chaos and pain. Part of male maturation is not taking feminine negative emotion personally. This is part and parcel of what Robert Bly was talking about when he said the boy must leave the mother to become a man. The leaving is more emotional than physical, though it can be both. At some point, a male must transform into a defender, best as a powerful defender of life, I say. Feminine negative emotion is useful, even critical at times, like a warning light on your dash. But you can't let it rule you so deeply that you mistake low tire pressure for overheating. With low tire pressure, you'd look to make sure your tire isn't flat, and that you can make your destination and get it fixed eventually. Who wants to wear out tire tread prematurely, after all? Whereas a gauge showing overheating might be a prelude to catastrophic engine failure. I know you get the difference. She is the burdened female, precious creator of life. You are the expendable male, powerful defender of life. She's burdened as nature's designated caregiver by her cycle, by a smaller on average strength and stature, and uses the evolutionary adaptation of feminine negative emotion to spot sickness in those around her and danger in her environment. As a powerful defender, your job is to bring order to the chaos in your life and to the chaos around you. From yin to yang, not as a tyrant, but as a partner in the team human experience. Let's use an example. When my kids were small, sometimes Mrs. would suspect one of the kids was coming down with something. I remember looking, not noticing anything wrong. So I'd ask the kid if they felt anything. Sure enough, nothing. So the next morning we'd check again, and if the kid still says they're fine, we'd send them off to school. Lo and behold, about half of the time, when the child gets off the school bus later that afternoon, they'd have red cheeks and a fever started. Not always, but often enough. If I kept my children home every time she suspected something was off, they'd miss a lot of school. It's not that I override her concerns, it's that I take them under advisement and decide for all of us. Most women are aware of their extraordinary sensitivity and rely on a partner for a countering perspective that is often out of her reach. Maybe listen to that again more slowly. For example, I remember Halloween after COVID in 2022. They were finally going to let us trick or treat again. All afternoon, Mrs. came in that day to my office with plans to go to one neighborhood or another. And each time she barged in between my calls, she had a new idea. Finally, as it started to get dark, she came in all snarky and exclaimed, "Are you even going to come with us?" I told her to get ready and I'd meet them in the truck. I put on my prisoner's costume she bought me 18 years ago when we went out to a nightclub on Halloween, and I jumped behind the wheel of the truck. Sure enough, Mrs. was dressed like a witch. So was my daughter. And the boy was either Mario or Luigi. I told her we're not going to this neighborhood or that neighborhood, naming the ones that she had suggested. I told her we were going to go to a particular area that I knew that was full of families, many who decorate their yards and have scary music emanating from their garages. I reassured her that we would be in and out of there in 90 minutes. Job done. She said, "Okay, let's go." And we did. And it went just as I said. The kids had a blast, we had a blast, and the haul was ample and satisfying. We live on acreage out in the country, so quarter-mile walks to doors doesn't work, hence the drive into town. The next day, she actually thanked me, telling me how she couldn't make up her mind. I told her I understood and that it was my pleasure and that she looked good as a witch. And that's how it works, gents. Men and women can each do what the other does, but tend to have durable preferences. There's nothing in it for nature to make us the same. We are complementary sexes. She tends to have a small group bias towards close friends and family. Men tend to have a large group bias and so usually build cultures. She is uniquely adapted to stress test cultures on everyone's behalf. You are uniquely adapted to defend, deliver, and decide. That's not patriarchy. That's not oppression. That's team human. That's human nature. Keep that in mind and never forget it. In the meantime, stay powerful, true, and free.
Hey, thanks for listening. Subscribe and find a link to the free quadrant course in the description. Until next time.